Yeah, exactly. What happened was that we had Dogecoin happen. We had a extremely retail fueled mania in May, late April, where all these people came into this ecosystem and they were speculating on things like Cum Rocket. Yes, for people who haven't heard about that, that is an actual token that has a market cap of hundreds of millions of dollars. They were speculating on Safe Moon. They were doing the dog tokens. They were playing in the BSC casino. They were getting rugged in the BSC casino. Like, and there were just scams absolutely everywhere. I think the best indicator ever for local tops or for market cycle tops is how many scams exist at any point in time. Right now, the scams are there, but they're not really there, right? No one's getting like rugged every single day and losing like, billions of dollars. But they were last month, and they were maybe towards late April as well. Now, the people who are playing in these things, whether it's a rug, whether it's a speculative token, a lot of them will take profits into ETH or BTC, for example. But the thing is, I think that during that time, people were taking profits into ETH because BTC was weak. It was going sideways. It wasn't breaking new all-time highs. It was crab season in itself, like as people like to call it these days. So people were going into ETH because there was a lot of hype around ETH and 1559 specifically, and people were denominating in ETH. If they were speculating on tokens on Ethereum, they were going into ETH. And I remember seeing that every time Dogecoin pumped, the profits would flow back to ETH after it was done pumping. So there was that aspect to it. But the thing is, the money runs out eventually. There's not unlimited money out there. I know the Fed is printing a lot of US dollars, but it's not like that's immediately going to go into circulation and immediately go into like ETH, right? Or whatever. That's going to take time to kind of play out. People are going to take profits into USD still. Like USD, even if it's inflationary at like 10%, it's still better than something like ETH, right? Yeah, yes, you're losing 10% of your value in a year, but with ETH, you can lose 50% of your value in a week, which is what we saw happen when it local topped there. So I think that people just vastly underestimated how much money was being kind of like used on BSC and within these scams, and how much money was being lost and taken out of the ecosystem. Because at the end of the day, the scammers aren't denominating in ETH and BTC. A lot of them are denominating in dollars, and they're just trying to get dollars out, and they're just going to take it to dollars, whether that be stable coins or whatever, is another kind of thing there. So and enough people got wrecked, and the new money stopped coming in, the fresh money stopped coming in, and we had a blow off top. And of course, we had the concerns like Elon Musk, turning bearish because of the ESG stuff. We had the China bans, Bitcoin mining FUD, whatever. I think that's just being fooled by randomness again. I think generally it just all happens at the same time, where the market just had to cool down. Now, did I expect ETH to go from 4,400 to 1,700 in like a week or a week and a half? No, of course not. That's absolutely insane. That is the biggest drop I think ETH has ever had in like a week and a half, I believe. And same with Bitcoin. It's one of the biggest drops in Bitcoin's history. If you discount the early days or early years of Bitcoin, like 2013 or prior, then that is probably, I think, the biggest drop Bitcoin has had in the shortest amount of time. So from that perspective, I think that I still stick to my thesis that we're going to have these shorter bull and bear kind of like cycles where we go crazy, then we come down crazily, we go crazy again, and we just keep like doing that, for years to come. But yeah, that's my general view on it. I don't like, generally, I think ETH BTC was going up because of things like 1559, because of DeFi getting a lot of activity, people realizing and the narrative changing. And ETH BTC has actually held on incredibly well during this downturn. Like typically we see everything getting crushed if there's a real kind of bear market, and BTC is the only thing that survives. But I think people actually have a reason to hold ETH this time for the longer term. And I don't think anyone actually believes that we're going into another 2-year bear market. I think people just feel like we have to come down, we have to cool off a bit. People want to take profits, and we have to just wait until more people come into the ecosystem again. And we're not like where we are today, which is, I think most people left. The speculators left. They'll be back, but it'll take some time to repair the damage.